Hey, fellas, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Mr. President, you're over there. I'm going to introduce you.
I got to stand. If I say anything you don't like, let me know right away, will you?
Yes, sir.
Let me know ahead of time. Hi.
This is Adrian
You smile,
Price.
It's okay.
And the team, and Adrian is the Director of Advanced Manufacturing. And he's going to talk about some of the next gen in manufacturing, what's going to take us to the next 100 years for
Okay.
Ford Motor Company.
So good afternoon, Mr. President.
Good afternoon.
Really good to have you here in our Rev Center, where we're going to be building the future of electrified trucks here in the U.S. And as you know, we have a tremendous workforce here at Ford, bigger than any other in the U.S. in terms of UAW. And we want to talk a little bit about the future of work. And for us, the future of work is actually people and technology working together in harmony. And so you probably saw as you walked past here our scanning robot that's used by the engineering team to map out the entire facility, and we design everything online in digital before we actually start to build the building. And then you probably saw here as you came past our two big AGVs. Those we use for moving the bodies around the plant. And again, they work together with our team here to help them facilitate the builds, and we can actually adjust the height ergonomically for different people in the workstations. So it's matching the job to the people so that we can make the most out of it. And then we're also launching a series of new technologies, including some gamification technology that we use actually just to focus on the issues for the team, so they're not bombarded with issues and items, but they can focus on getting their job done. And then lastly, right behind you here, we have one of the largest cobots in the world.
Yep.
And that's a collaborative robot that works together with people, so people can work right next to it. And Penny here, who's the team leader for this area, is going to show you with one of our baby cobots how she can work together collaboratively with the robot.
Okay.
So instead of it being in a guarded area, as soon as it touches Penny, it will stop, and then it will restart its job. And so she can actually stand right next to it. So once we start the lineup here, Penny will actually be working with this giant cobot behind you as she works on works with this robot that's actually measuring the onboard scale system that we have in the all-new F-150 that enables us to indicate to the customer how full their bed is with whatever they're hauling or shipping around the country, and to be able to do that safely. So that's something that we're using from a technology standpoint to help us. And again, like collaboratively, people and technology working together for the future.
Is there a training program that each employee will be going through before they get to the floor?
Yes, very extensive training, because it's a big transition, but it's also much simpler work.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, is there a time frame for that? You have to go.
Yeah, as we prepare for launch, we have a technical training center that we have in partnership with the UAW. And so our employees go through that, and then they get individual on-the-job training associated with the area that they're operating.
Gotcha.
So our team here are all going to be team leaders operating in the plant and working with this technology. And in fact, they're actually the experts. They know more about any of this stuff than the rest of the engineering team. So oftentimes, Penny spends a lot of time answering questions for people and actually managing the process.
Well, thank you. You know, we're at a real inflection point here. And everyone that comes along every 75 to 100 years. And you are the point of that arrow of us being able to be a giant. We talk about how many jobs here, but the way we're really going to increase jobs beyond what you're doing here, I know I get a lot of your friends say, what about the transmission plant? They're not going to have one now. What about this? What about that? But we got to take over the world market. That's what this is about. Being the best in the world and be exporting these. That's what we can do if we focus. Anyway, thank you for what you know and what you do. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Go Union.